All right, I guess we're back. And test was decent enough. I could hear it. It wasn't crazy loud or crazy soft, so we're gonna just keep it right here and keep it rolling. I am testing out this Ecamm platform, testing out going live, and I need to edit a video. And before I just jumped on, I took some videos of this mini process of going live. And because I was using my current iPhone, this one, I wasn't able to record the edit with this phone. So I had to bring out my iPhone 8. So I did a video of the edit of the of the video that I was doing. Yeah, it's sounds complicated when I talk about it, but maybe I'll post a video at some point in time. But yeah, I just want to do a quick video of how I edited, and I feel that when I started on back on Instagram, it was really helpful for me to do these quick edits, just learning where I want things and all that, the flow. So now that I'm on live and I was getting into the mode of getting live, testing and trying different things going live, I just wanted to record some of the process. So I made a short Instagram reel that I haven't posted yet about going live right now. So anyway, so right now I'm using the Sony FX30. I am in the using it on Ecamm in the live stream mode. And one of the interesting things that I saw when I was trying to set this up was it depends on where the settings were last, I feel, because even though when you go to live stream mode, it does limit you on certain things that you can or can't do. Um, let's see if I can edit this and change this size. I'm actually here to edit this video, but since I'm talking about the FX30, maybe I'll just move myself up a little bit and adjust this to wide. All right. I don't really like these rounded edges, so let me change that. Oh, whoops. That was delete. Camera guest. All right, FX30, wide, no width, no radius. All right, I'd like to keep it sharp. All right. So yeah, let's just do that for now. But yeah, as I'm saying, using the FX30, whatever mode you're in prior to putting it in, it might. I think I had it on S and Q, and even though when it asks you if you want to stream, it'll limit you to certain things that you can or can't do using this. I feel like it's better just to have it on the mode and the setting that you naturally prefer. I think one thing I noticed maybe is with the aperture. Right now it's on 1.4 because I'm using the Sony 15 millimeter 1.4 G, but it was on a different mode. I think it was on S&Q priority or S&Q auto or something like that. Which for S&Q modes for slow motion, I think I was doing some slow motion stuff before this. I'm not too familiar with the settings, so I just go on the auto to get the best to capture the best setting that I can at the moment. And when I tried to plug it in for the to use it on Ecamm in the stream, it had a aperture of 3.2. Not that it really matters, none of it really matters, but I feel that just understanding the consistencies of how these things work allow me to have a better workflow. So yeah, just talking through that. But what was really cool as I took the video on my iPhone of getting all this set up, I realized that I didn't my my backup camera, the Sony ZV-1, the battery was dead. So I had to charge that. And then, it made me think about this whole thing about just starting with any camera you have. It's pretty relevant because in the moment that I was in, the only camera that I really had to record the video that I was trying to do, because the FX30 was hooked up already, and my iPhone had the videos on it, so I couldn't record the edit, was the my old iPhone. What is this? I think it's the product red edition. So it's like, what is it? I think it's the 8S Plus, 8 something. But yeah, I mean, so I have the video of the edit on here, and I'll probably put it up at some point. But I guess the idea is to just record with what you have. And I knew the audio wasn't great too, but it is what it is. I did want to try to get a different angle, so I did bring out my old GoPro Max to just capture a different angle. So whenever I do that edit, there'll be some different clips to it. All right, but really, I'm trying to get back to this edit, and without having enough space, or just trying to maximize this workflow, these recordings take up space, so I'll try to get it done as quick as possible. One thing I'll do is I'll just put myself in a different box. So I'm going to change the size of the shape of myself to, I'll do tall. And I'll throw myself to the side here. All right, because really I want to edit this box. So I don't want this border. I'm going to go no border. I'm going to change the radius to 0. And see if I can crop in. All right, that looks like the desktop that I'm working with. All right, so let's see if I can bring in the file into CapCut. Okay, so now it has CapCut. Wow, this is going to be interesting. I mean, going live for the first time and then doing an edit. I mean, I think I'm feeling pretty ambitious here. I don't know why, but let's just try to get this done. All right, so let me move this off to the side. I noticed that I don't have anything on the other side for the mobile. So let me try to do nope, that doesn't work. Try to do this for the mobile side. Bring it down. And bring this to the middle. Okay, so I want to I want to start a new one, start a project. I want to import a file. And import a file. Okay, give me there it is. All right, where are you? All right, drop in the file. So the reason why I'm doing this is because this file is 17 minutes long, and I only need maybe a minute and a half max. I know, I know Instagram is really short form, but I usually max it out. And if anyone doesn't want to watch the whole thing, they can click off. All right, so now we got it to edit. Let me just close some screens, make sure I'm in camera view. It looks like the Hmm. I don't know. I don't see it on the screen, but let's try to drop it in anyway. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see it on the screen. So it looks like for some reason the screen share doesn't show the actual video edit. Let's see. Bring to front. Okay, so all I did was click on the window, screen share window, and click bring to front. That's interesting. You'd think that they're all on the same platform, that you don't have to do that. Hopefully I don't have to do that every time I drop a video in here. So, all right, well, let's try to edit this video. The first thing I'm going to try to do, first thing I'm going to do is disable the sound just for copyright reasons, but also for this, I'm not going to need the sound. I am going to use whatever sound is on Instagram, so I can find that there. But this is actually a vertical video of I want to say a review, but a site visit that I did at the Claridon in Phoenix. So I want to cut this up, and I only got a minute and 30, so I really want to just pull different pieces from the whole thing, and yeah, we'll just start with the front. I'm going to enlarge it here. Right now we're using CapCut. So it looks like, yeah, there's already some quick, fast edits, so maybe I can keep some of this like already. Here, let's look. This is 2 seconds in. I mean, I could make that shorter, but because there's a fade or transition, maybe I'll leave it. But you know what? I can just shave some off the front. So let's take off at least a second off the front. So I'm going to go to the 1 second mark right here. And I'm sure everyone has a different way to edit. I am still learning. Definitely a beginner. I wish I had more time to study how to edit better, but I just need to get this done right now. So I'm going to cut that. Oh, no, I'm not going to cut that. I'm going to go back and let's see what happened. What did I do there? And back out to the 1 second mark. Okay, and then I'm going to click that, and then I'm going to split, and then I'm going to get rid of the front. So delete the front. All right, so I got 1 second done. All right, so we'll keep that. On to the second. Look, that's 2 seconds already. So we'll probably cut another second off the front. So we'll cut it right there. All right, so we are 2 seconds in. All right, 2 seconds in, transition. Let this go to 3. Is there another transition? We do like the transitions, but man, I don't know. Too many transitions, right? So we don't want to run into needing this part of the transition though. So, all right, 1 second, 2, 3. Yeah, let's cut out the beginning of this for 1 second. So looks like that's the brightest, maybe. Again, this the transition where it fades out is kind of not good. Well, for this, because it's gonna look choppy unless I cut it out all completely. I don't think anyone's gonna watch it on the mobile side, but I just duplicated the shot and I just put it on the mobile side just in case. I mean, I don't know. I shouldn't have done it anyway, but it doesn't matter. No one's gonna watch it on the mobile side. But anyway, all right, back to the edit. Um, you know what? We'll just cut out these fade transitions just because it's gonna be a problem probably, and we'll just. It might not look as soft, but you know what? We got a lot of clips to go through. We'll just cut. So yeah, we'll make it a fast cut. So all right, we'll give this 1 minute, 1 second here. And we'll look for the next scene, which is that one. We'll cut this. So we don't want the fade in there. So I'm gonna get rid of the fade. So we're gonna get rid of the fade. So we don't want that. So let's cut that off. And then let's cut the other fade off. So that fade right there. Split it and go back here. Select again and cut that tail end. And we only need 1 second. So we'll do right there. And we'll chop that off. Split and chop. I could do it at the same time. Yeah, I know. And we don't want that fade. We do like that abstract cactus. So we're gonna let that play in. Taking up more of the scene right there. So we're gonna select there, chop the back end, and go for 1 second. So to 3 seconds and chop or split. And then move to the next scene in the light, which here shows some people now. So we're gonna chop the back end off of that. Bang. All right, we'll go for 1 second again. So to 4. And split. Go to the next scene. Looks like it's here. And chop the back end off. So once you get into this flow, you can probably select a better, what do you call it, selection. I'm just kind of going through a quick edit right now. There might, as I scroll through this, there might be a better scene as I get through the whole thing. But yeah, this is just initially a rough cut that I'm going through. All right, so split. Look for the next scene. I like how that door closes. So let's cut the back end of this off. Let's go to 6 seconds. Looks like we gotta go a little bit longer. Okay, so that's 7 seconds. That's a 2 second door close. All right, and split. Next scene. Looks like it's like a reveal. It fades, so we'll go halfway, and we'll cut off the back end, front end, yeah. And we'll go to 8 seconds. I just keep it in easy single seconds because it's just a lot easier for me, even if we're ending at this kind of blurry, what do you call it? A blurry frame, yeah. And looks like it fades out, so I don't want any of that fade in there. I want to cut that out. This is a cool scene. It is the, what do you call it? Not lantern, the chandelier. All right, so we're gonna cut the front end off. Go to 9 seconds and split. Find the next scene. Like this scene, I don't think it's that nice, so we'll probably skip it. This one is a nice kind of, see some window space. We'll keep that. So we'll cut off the front end there. We'll take this to 10 seconds and split. Then we'll look for the next scene. Nice couch. I like the wood grain on the floor. I like the wood floors, so do a split here. Actually, we're going to cut off the front. Sorry, cut off the front. Then take it another second, so 11 seconds. And split. Next scene, the bar. All right, we don't need anything before that, so we're going to go to 12 seconds. And split. Next scene. That's a nice one. All right, next scene, cut off the front. Do 1 second, so take it to 13. And split. And there's the fade. Looks like there's I like how there's some doorway in that foreground, giving it some depth. We're going to keep that in the frame, so I'm going to cut here and go to 14 seconds. And then split. Next frame. Some more interior shots. See where we're at right now. We're at 14 seconds. How much more we got to go? Yeah, we can kind of skip some of this indoor stuff because I think we captured enough of it. So indoor, bakery. Yeah, we'll catch some of that. So let's get a second of that. So we'll cut off that front part, go to 15, and split. Because this is a clip, not the full review, you're just going to get like these single seconds and maybe a few other longer seconds, if anything, but really, yeah. We're going to go to 16 and actually we don't need any of that one. We already got that one. This is a new scene. I like how the reflection on with the table with the tree. We're going to keep that for now. Might cut that out later. And we'll just do the second of that. So 16 and split. Yeah, these reflections are pretty classy. I like these. So let's cut this off in the front. And we'll take a second of this one, which will give us 17 seconds. And talk about building it second by second. Crazy, right? And split. All right, that's a nice one. Let's cut off the front. Take a second. Give us 18. Split. Yeah, the table, the lighting, we like that. So we'll try to take a second of this one. Okay, next scene. Couch. It's looking nice. I like the lighting on it. Get rid of the front part. Take a second of this. So that will give us 20 seconds. Split. You know, I'm sure there's some AI stuff that can probably do all this, but man, is this start, getting to learn the system, the programs, and getting intimate with the edit. I think it's cool to let AI do things that you don't want to do or you don't like to do, but sometimes I think it's good to just jump in and get your hands dirty. Yeah, let's use this part. So we're going to cut off the front. Take a second of this shot of the pool. Starting to get into the pool. Transitioning in. Okay, we're at 21 seconds now. This is a cool one. It's a reveal, so we will use a second of this. Hopefully we won't need any more. That's good enough. Split. Next scene. Those beach balls are cool. Hopefully we'll get to the beach balls at some point, right? There you go. So let's chop that. Get at least a second of this. So 23. Maybe we'll leave it for 24. Yeah, we'll leave that for 2 seconds to break it up, maybe. Okay. And the pool. So we'll do at least, what, let's do a couple of seconds of that one. So 24 to 25. How about 25? Yeah. Click, click. Yeah, if you ever want like precision, you can use the arrows to go that one clicker above if you can't get it with the mouse. That's what I've been doing. All right, so we got the beach balls in the water. We got the pool. We don't need more pool. We don't need more beach balls. Now we're getting into the room. There you go. What is that? That look good. There you go. Where is it? Right there. Okay, so we can use this transition to get inside the door, maybe. That's what that was, huh? Some quick transitions. All right, so, and who filmed this? Yeah, I know I did. All right, let's cut that off. We'll use a second of this, so that'll take us to 26. Split. Next scene is there. Cut off the front. Use a second, so 27. Split. Cut the rest off. Now we're in the room, so we'll do a second. 28. And a split. Next scene, looks like it's some wall texture. We can try use it, might cut it out later. And split. Door transition. Now we're at 30 seconds. So this might take us to 31. Coffee in the room. 32. I mean, these are kind of important details, I think, if you're going to stay at some place. It's good to have the insight watching one of these videos ahead of time so you understand what the layout looks like. Okay. Dresser, do you need to know the dresser is there? Yeah, I guess so, huh? It's nice to know. 33. Next scene, more of the bed. 34 seconds. The idea is just to keep practicing at editing to get faster and better and all this other stuff. So that's why we're doing this. And don't need the front, so we're gonna chop the front and take it to 35. Split. Another reveal, so we'll take it from there. Chop that off and go for a second. And split. And since we're trying to get there, we'll remove more of this. Then we'll cut that off. Then we'll go for a second. 37. All right. Another angle from the bed. We'll go a second on that. So 38. And split. The light. Yeah, it's nice light. Okay. All right. 1 second on that. 39. Or is it half a second? Because when I'm moving the slider, it goes from 39 to 38.29. I don't know. I don't know. But we're going for a second here, so hopefully it works out. Split. Another shot of that thing. I don't know if we need it. Skip it. So we'll get this. Take this to 40. So we're at 40 seconds now. Like how it shows the depth and the bokeh. So we'll cut this here. Cut off the front. Take a second. So we're at 41. Yeah, we'll do another split. It has AC, so we'll do a second on that. So 42. Actually, so it goes from 41, 22 to 40, 20, 23 to then just is 42. I don't know. It's weird. All right, chop, split there. Plug outlet, lighting, outlet. Maybe some of you want to know what kind of outlet it is, right? Like if you're from the UK or something like that. So let's show the outlet. 43 seconds. Okay, so we're at 44 now. It's above the bed. We have a one like this, so let's use this one instead. Cut that front off. Take a, let's see, 46 maybe. 2 seconds there. Yeah, let's do 2 seconds there. We'll split. The light, what is that? The phone? The couch? I think lights are always nice to have, so let's show this light. We'll do a second on the light. Chop everything else. Here's the couch. Let's do a second on the couch. So we're at 48. Here's a review of the chair. Do a second on that. kind of like this chair, so let's do a chop chop. So we'll take off. Let's see. Let's take off some there. Then we'll go for another second here. Okay, so it's at 51 now. Okay. The logo, that is nice. I'm so glad I captured that small detail. Let's make sure that is in the edit. So let's make sure that is right there. Go for a second. I guess that's all we got. No? So yeah, it looks like it cuts out. So yeah, we're at 51 to 52. Okay. Mini fridge with water. Sounds good. Let's put it in it. So we're going to be at 53. And we'll split. Next scene is at 42. We'll cut off the front. We'll take off a second, so 54. And split. The shower. Okay. Yeah, we need both of these scenes. So we'll do the first one after the transition. So we'll chop that transition out. Take a second, so 55 seconds. And we'll split. We'll look for the close-up, which is right now. And then we'll chop that transition off. And hopefully there'll be enough a second here at least for us. Yes, 56. And we'll split right there. So almost a minute in. All right, more branding for the hotel. So we'll chop that front part off. Make sure that this is in the edit. 57, 58. And no, we can't go to 58. So we'll go to 57. And we'll split. Find the next scene. I actually like how this shower set up. That's why I took a video of this. So we'll make sure this is the edit. I'll cut off that front. Take a second of this. We're at 58 now. Here, that's a 2-seconder. It shows the type of shower head. Somebody might want to know that. And we'll split. Okay. Some towels and amenities, which is kind of cute. So we'll leave it in. Just cut that off and just take a second. So we're going to be at a 1 minute mark. That means with the rest of it, I got to get it under 30 clips. So let's see how much we got left here. Looks like we're pretty far. Yep, so we're going to have to, there are going to have to be 1 second clips because there's a lot to cover. Okay. Okay, let's see, where are we? Guess right about here. Okay. Okay, we don't need that. I think these are always nice to show, so we'll show this. 1 second. All right. More room stuff. How's it lock? That's pretty cool. Let's show that. Because it's safety. And we only need 1 second of that. So it gives us to 101. Sorry, 102. These colors are really cool, so we're going to use this in transition, and we might cut it out. Might not need it, but I think it's cool, so we're going to keep it to a second. And then maybe we're jumping into the pool here, right? Or maybe this is where the conversation's happening. Okay, so we only need a second of this, so 104. And I'll do a split. Find the next scene. TV. Do that. Looks like that's a fade, so we'll leave it. And it has some print, so we'll leave it as a transition. 105. Okay. And kill it first. Okay. 1 second here, so 106 shows the beds. This is actually when I was getting the tour and the history about the place. That's nice. So we'll cut that. Bring this in. And we just need a second of that. So 109. Oh, wait, where are we? 106, 107. Next scene. Elevator, front door, outside, the sign. All right, let's get through this. Show more of the inside. All right, let's show the sign. So cut that off. We'll do 107 to 110. That's 3 seconds on the sign. Okay, cleaning it up, getting through it. All right, power through it. Let's go. 2 seconds, so 112. Okay, it's how much more we got? on 13. On 14. Less than 15 clips left. On 15. Okay. Get a clip of this guy. 116. If you heard the story of this guy, it's a pretty crazy story. If you watch this full video, she'll talk about a little bit about him, or if you look him up, obviously, yeah, crazy story. All right, 116. All right, so 14 clips left. So right here, the hotel worker is giving us a little tour, talking about the different things and what people come there and take pictures of. Yeah, these were crazy. All right, we'll do a couple seconds on that and cut. And looks like we're back out. Okay, we're 120. So 121. Here's the other camera. I don't know why, but I'll just clip this in. It's kind of a cool clip. So 122. Use it as a transition clip. Eight clips left or less. The pull clip, yeah, we need that. So we'll do 124. So we'll do 2 clips there, 2 seconds there. That's nice. 2 seconds here, or 1 second here, 125. One 25 to 126. That's 1 second. That means we're really getting to the end now. Okay. 1 second here, 127. 128. Two more clips. All right, looks like we can do the last one would be that. Yeah, let's do that. So we'll end it on 129 or 129.22. Okay. Chop the end and export. Don't need to edit the cover. It's 1:30, so I can chop a second off of in Instagram because of the music. But we'll export that now. So I'm not sure how long that took, but we will find out. So let's see. That was almost an hour on the edit, and that was going through about 20 minutes, making several chops. Normally, I don't do an edit like this. I don't edit a whole 20-minute video down to 1:30. So this has been a wild test. And also testing out Ecamm and its features. Probably could have pulled the screen up bigger. Maybe next time I'll do that. But yeah, this is just a really good first trial on Ecamm. If you like Ecamm or haven't tried Ecamm, check out the Ecamm YouTube channel. I do have an Ecamm link as well if you're interested in Ecamm. But yeah, this is the first live that I think I've publicly made available. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think. Add me on Instagram if you can. Looking forward to doing another one of these. Hopefully we won't do a long edit, but we'll get back on live. Shout out to Ecamm community. Shout out to Doc Rock.